Prime Field.
Welcome back to Prime Field, where we dive deep into the stories that shape college basketball. Today we're exploring one of the most intriguing comeback narratives in women's college hoops, Morgan Cheli's journey at UConn. Picture this: a highly touted freshman, versatile enough to guard multiple positions, tough enough to handle Geno Auriemma's demanding system, and skilled enough to contribute immediately to a championship-caliber program. That was Morgan Cheli entering her first season at UConn in 2024-2025. But as we know in sports, the best-laid plans don't always unfold as expected. Cheli's promising debut season would be defined not just by her potential, but by the adversity that would test her resolve and set the stage for what could become one of the most compelling comeback stories in recent memory. In 24 games coming off the bench, Cheli showed flashes of the player that made her such a coveted recruit. She averaged 2.5 points and 2.4 rebounds per game, numbers that might seem modest on paper, but they tell a much deeper story about her impact and her potential. Those statistics don't capture the full picture of what Morgan Cheli brought to the court during her abbreviated freshman campaign. Her versatility quickly became her calling card, and coach Geno Auriemma took notice immediately. Against Georgetown, Cheli pulled down a career-high 7 rebounds while contributing 5 points, showcasing the kind of hustle and basketball IQ that separates good players from great ones. But it was her performance against Holy Cross that really opened eyes. She dropped a season-high 8 points, demonstrating the scoring ability that made her one of the nation's most sought-after recruits. What made Cheli special wasn't just her individual performances, it was how she fit into UConn's system. Her unique skill set allowed her to play multiple positions, bringing guard skills while possessing the size to function effectively as a forward. That kind of versatility made her invaluable in UConn's small ball lineups, where she could stretch the floor while playing the 4. The most telling example of her impact, it came in a crucial moment against USC. When UConn deployed a small lineup featuring Cheli at the 4 position, that unit was plus 18 in the second half, nearly orchestrating a complete comeback. This wasn't just about individual stats. This was about shifting the entire dynamic of the game. Just as Morgan Cheli was finding her rhythm and establishing herself as a key piece of UConn's puzzle, adversity struck with devastating timing. An ankle injury that at first seemed manageable quickly became something far more serious, requiring surgical intervention that would end her season prematurely. The timing couldn't have been worse, for both Cheli and for the team. She was gaining confidence, earning more minutes, and starting to reveal the full range of her abilities. Coach Geno Auriemma had been publicly highlighting her multifaceted contributions and her adaptability, speaking about her potential to become a game-changer for the program. In February 2025, Cheli underwent successful ankle surgery, beginning a recovery process that would keep her sidelined for the rest of the season. For a player who had already dealt with injuries back in high school, this was more than just a physical challenge. It was a mental test of her resilience, her patience, and her determination to return even stronger. The recovery was methodical and deeply challenging. Cheli entered a period of non-weight bearing, relying on a moon boot as her ankles slowly healed. Each day brought small progress, but the larger goal remained clear: return to the court stronger than before. Recovery from a significant ankle injury is never just about physical rehab. For Morgan Cheli, it became a comprehensive process, rebuilding not just her ankle, but her entire approach to staying healthy and available. By April 2025, gradual progress was being seen in her rehabilitation. The focus shifted from simply healing the immediate injury to addressing the underlying issues that had made her more vulnerable to setbacks. Given her history of injuries back in high school, the medical and training staff at UConn built a comprehensive strengthening program designed to prevent future problems. This wasn't just about getting her back on the court, it was about making sure she stayed there. The process included more than just physical therapy. There was strength training, mobility work, and even biomechanical analysis, all designed to identify and correct movement patterns that might contribute to future injury. And during it all, Cheli remained deeply engaged with the team. Even though she couldn't participate physically, she stayed locked in, learning the system, studying film, and sharpening her basketball IQ from the sidelines. This period of forced observation and study, it would prove invaluable when she finally returned to action. As the 2024-2025 season concluded and attention turned to the year ahead, Anticipation around Morgan Cheli's return began to build. Fans, analysts, and coaches all recognized that a healthy Cheli meant a significant upgrade to an already loaded UConn roster. That returning UConn group, it presents the perfect opportunity for Cheli to maximize her impact. With established stars handling the primary scoring responsibilities, Cheli can focus on what she does best, bringing versatility and complementary skills that championship teams rely on. Her ability to play multiple positions and contribute in a variety of ways fits perfectly with UConn's system, and perfectly with March basketball. The toughness and elite skill level she displayed during her abbreviated freshman season have not been forgotten. If anything, the adversity she faced may have only hardened her mindset and sharpened her approach to the game. Expectations are growing, not just for her individual return, but for how her presence can elevate UConn's championship aspirations. A healthy Morgan Cheli provides the kind of depth and positional flexibility that often decides games in March, when margins are razor thin and the most prepared teams prevail. The story of Morgan Cheli's anticipated return represents everything we love about sports: resilience, growth through adversity, and the promise of redemption. Her journey, from promising freshman to injured player to hopefully fully recovered impact player, embodies the unpredictable nature of athletic careers. What makes her story so compelling is the combination of individual talent and team context. She's not just trying to prove herself as a player. She's positioning herself to be a crucial piece of a potential championship puzzle. The stakes couldn't be higher. And the opportunity? It couldn't be more perfect. The optimism surrounding her return is palpable throughout the UConn community. Fans who saw flashes of her potential during her freshman season are eager to see what she can do with a full season and a healthy body. Analysts who noted her unique skill set and versatility are already projecting significant contributions to the team's success. As we look ahead to next season, Morgan Cheli's comeback story will be one of the most compelling narratives to follow. Will she fulfill the promise she showed before the injury? Can she stay healthy and contribute to a championship run? Will this adversity ultimately make her a stronger and more complete player? The answers will unfold over the coming months, but one thing is certain: Morgan Cheli's return to the court will be must-watch basketball, and her story will inspire anyone who's ever faced setbacks in pursuit of their dreams. As we wrap up this deep dive into Morgan Cheli's journey, it's impossible to ignore the bigger picture: what her return means for UConn's championship aspirations, and the evolving landscape of women's college basketball. UConn's pursuit of another national title has always been built on three things: depth, versatility, and the ability to adapt to any situation. A fully healthy Morgan Cheli represents all three of those championship qualities in one player. Her return doesn't just add another name to the roster. It fundamentally changes how the Huskies can approach games tactically. Now consider the matchup advantages she creates. Opposing coaches will have to account for a player who can guard multiple positions defensively, while stretching the floor on offense. In today's positionless basketball, players like Cheli become chess pieces, moved with precision to exploit mismatches and pressure the opponent's weakest links. And the timing, it couldn't be more perfect. With experience from her freshman year, the maturity earned through adversity, and a full off-season to prepare physically and mentally, Cheli is now positioned to make an immediate and significant impact. For UConn fans, the anticipation isn't just about her individual rise, it's about how her return raises the team's ceiling, unlocking a higher level of championship potential. Because in March, championships are won by role players stepping up at just the right moment, and Morgan Cheli has already proven she can be that difference maker. The comeback story of Morgan Cheli isn't just about one player returning to health, it's about the resilience of championship programs, the power of perseverance, and the unpredictable beauty of sports, where setbacks often become the foundation for even greater success. As the new season approaches, all eyes will be on Storrs, Connecticut, watching to see if this comeback story becomes a championship story. The stage is set, the player is ready, and the comeback begins now.
Prime Field